What's going on, everybody? Cole here, aka Trans Spirit Indigo, a soul having a transgender human experience, a spiritual awakening. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for stopping by the channel. Thank you for leaving comments, love, likes, subscribing. All of it is very much appreciated. Today, I wanted to focus on what we focus on. What is it that you focus on every day? For me, I have my days where I'm focusing on the positive and days where it's not as easy to focus on the positive. In this video, I wanted to talk more in depth about that. You know, I think we've all heard people say, oh, just think positively. Oh, just get over it. It'll all be okay. Just think positive. Think positive. It can kind of sound cliche at times, as if thinking positive is supposed to just fix everything and it's that easy. It's not always that easy, but I will tell you, there's so much power in our thoughts, in our actions, in our thoughts, in our feelings, in our emotions, in our intention. It's all energy, right? It's all energy. So the energy that we feel and the emotions that we feel and that we think and that we embody, that becomes our experience. It's our vibration, and it's where we're vibrating at. So even if you're having one of the worst days of your life, someone you love died, the love of your life broke up with you, you're losing your dream job, whatever's going on, somebody betrayed you, something terrible happened, there was a car accident, whatever it is, it's terrible. Please remember that there is truth to that attitude of gratitude during those lower times. Remembering even just one thing, if it's that bad, one thing, just think of that you are grateful for. One thing that you're grateful for. And that's going to automatically start to raise your mood, to raise your vibration, to make you feel better, is when you do that. Just think of one thing. I mean, it'd be great if you could think of 3 things or 5 things, but if just one thing, if you're in that really angry or sad vibration to where it's difficult for you to be positive. That's something that a friend recently pointed out to me. And actually, it's through SOULMANITY, and I'm going to leave their link below for their website. I've done that before. I'm going to do it again because they're fantastic, and they've helped me through a lot. I've been through, this year has been extra emotional for me with the loss of a loved one and lots of change going on. There's also been a lot of lessons to learn from. And what you focus on becomes what you experience. So what I'm getting at is, even in the lowest of times where it's difficult to focus on positivity, it can help you to raise you up and to make you feel better and to get to that place of positivity by remembering what you're grateful for. Whether you think about it, say it out loud, or write it down, write it in a journal. I've realized over the years that all of this holds so much truth to a depth that I didn't understand before, prior to the spiritual awakening. When your third eye begins to open up, you start to see things more in depth at a higher consciousness, such as being an observer, observing things before reacting. Now, nobody's perfect, and there are still 3D qualities of me that I am working through and working toward replacing with better habits, with better thoughts, with better patterns, habits. Because of the fact that what we focus on is what we experience in life, what we put out energetically comes right back to us. It is mirrored back to us. A lot of times when we do have obstacles, they're actually there to help us grow. They might seem terrible at the time, but even in changing that mindset to, instead of it being a problem, but it is a learning experience and an opportunity for you to grow, that's going to raise your vibration right there. You're going to feel better just from having that perspective alone. I've watched how that has shifted my mindset. I have existed as a victim, as an alcoholic in my lifetime. And during those years, during that 8-year stretch of being a alcoholic who was always blaming other people for their problems, that was me, is now that I have reinvented myself, I don't drink any alcohol, I practice healthier boundaries with others and myself, I've noticed such a huge change in my life. I've noticed my mood, my overall mood is so much better. There are times where I deal with depression and anxiety and stuff like that. I remember that we're all human. When I get down on myself, I remind myself, hey, you're a human. You're having a rough time. You're having a rough day. In the midst of all that, remembering again what I'm grateful for, the positive things in my life, help me to manifest more positive things. Yesterday, I was having a really rough day, and I just wasn't feeling good at all. Just emotionally, there was an argument that I had with someone that is close to me. There was a lot of pain. There was a lot of frustration. And I knew that I shouldn't be in public. It was one of those really bad days where I just wanted to be alone, and I was blessed to have the opportunity to be alone. When I went to the grocery store, before I went into the store, I was getting out of my car, I couldn't help but think, I'm so frustrated and upset and emotionally unbalanced right now. I've meditated, I've done these things, I don't feel good. I have a feeling I'm going to attract the same kind of vibe when I go into the store, but I have to get groceries. So, angels, God, please protect me, watch over me while I do what I have to do so I can get back home. That's what I said to myself. Y'all, that's exactly what happened. Overall, it was a decent grocery trip, pretty fast, to the point. When I got to the checkout counter, the girl that was supposed to be bagging was having an emotional breakdown, started screaming at one of the managers, walked away, didn't bag any of my stuff. I ended up bagging my own groceries, which is fine. It was really emotional and traumatic, and I couldn't help but think the entire time I'm watching her have a breakdown that this is a mirrored reflection of my own breakdown coming out through her. Any other time I go into the store and I have a really positive energy about me and I'm feeling good and I'm ready to get my groceries and get home and do what I got to do, I usually encounter people that are in a decent mood. That's what I'm talking about, is what you put out, what you think about, what you focus on. It grows, it manifests in your daily life. So by thinking the most positive thoughts you can, being that alchemist like I spoke of before, taking a negative thought and turning it into a positive one. Oh, that was a terrible thing that happened, but at least that good thing came out of it. Or, well, I left late, but who knows? If I would have left on time, I could have gotten into a car accident. Maybe it was just all meant to be. Just turning the negative into the positive as much as you humanly can. Because again, it's not always easy. Oh, sorry about my finger in the shot there. It's not always easy to change things positively, especially when you are in a downward spiral. I understand. I've been on antidepressants in my lifetime. I've been to therapy. I've dealt with depression, anxiety, all that good stuff. A lot of the anxiety is just the uncomfort of being in the now. You just can't stand where you're at in the present moment. Oh, I don't feel good. I don't know what to do. That terrible feeling that you feel, it's an uncomfort with the now. And meditation is awesome for that. That deep breathing, it starts to bring you back to just centering yourself. Somebody who's worried is going to have short breaths. It all starts with the breath. I realize that's why a lot of people smoke or smoke cigarettes. I was a cigarette smoker for almost a decade, just about a decade, and I'd get nervous and I'd want to smoke. I get excited, I'd want to smoke, just smoke, smoke, smoke. And my breathing, there's something to that, there's a part of that breathing that is an obsession with the cigarette smoker, that if you take that obsession with cigarettes and move it to meditation, it's not easy at all. It doesn't have the instant gratification, but it has long-term benefits that are amazing. They're amazing. You receive a lot of answers when you meditate. When you meditate and you start visualizing where you do desire to be, if it's someplace else, or in another career, or a different relationship, or a relationship period, whatever it is you're thinking about. The meditation brings you there, the focus brings you there, the positive thoughts bring you there. What you focus on grows. And don't beat yourself up if you have those days where you're just really having a difficult time not focusing on the negative. You're just, all this negative stuff keeps popping out. Embrace it. Embrace it. Welcome it in. Love and nurture yourself. And I'm speaking to myself too. You know, there's many days where I should do that for myself. And today was one of them. I nurtured myself. I cleaned up my house. I cleaned up myself. I did laundry. I relaxed a little bit, watched a little bit of a funny sitcom. Sometimes just taking that time out is what you need to get yourself back on track mentally of where your goals are. Is that love and nurture, that self-love. Y'all, it is always so good to talk to everybody, and I'm sending so much love and light out there this weekend. I also want to give a love and a shout out to Sunny the cat. Animals are as beautiful as human beings. They're a different type of species, but we love them dearly. And some friends of mine lost their cat over this past week. And I want to tell you that thoughts and prayers are going out to everyone involved with that, and to the memory of Sunny. And much love. And Sunny will shine on forever, because we're all infinite light beings. Animals, people, our souls are infinitely moving on into the cosmos. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Have a great weekend.